Red alert, RBT snaps in chat. Coming to you today, this cold, slippery, wet, out of control Wednesday. Wet and Wild Wednesday, can we say that? January 21st. Man, today was a little rough today for everybody commuting to work, coming from work. So be safe out there, Michiganders. Y'all know how to deal with this. We got this. So today's show is called Do You Remember? Now, everybody got something they remember. And I'm talking about something fun, exciting, something we used to do coming up. Even if you're an adult right now, whatever you've been doing. Let's see, do you remember? But I haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to hit you with a poem that I wrote called Do You Remember? This came from out of this book from 2015. Do you remember? Do you remember being a child? Do you remember running wild? Do you remember all that you got into trouble? Do you remember when you at your parents do you remember when your parents were at your side on the double? Do you remember why you didn't have to worry about a thing? Do you remember the sound of your allowance? Cha-ching. Do you remember making a good grade? Do you remember all the toys you had to trade? Do you remember anything as a child? Well, you're all grown up now. Why the hell you still running wild? Man. So,
oh, that was deep. There's a lot of adults still running wild like a child.
That's what I want to know. Do you remember? Because if you remember being a child, why are you running wild? And then I mean your children running wild, right?
Yeah.
Oh goodness, that little thing getting on my nerve already. But today, let's talk about some. Why is this happening to my phone? Today, let's talk about not that ringing sound, y'all. Somebody's at my door. Sorry about that. What do you remember? Give us a call, 248-820-5053. Let us know what you remember coming up as a child. So, Charlisa, the first thing I wrote down was when we only had or heard of local TV. We didn't have all this crazy news. We didn't have all this internet information on our phones. We didn't have any of that. And I think I was more at ease in my mind now that I know all these things that's locally, not on local news, but on national news everywhere. Now we see everything that's going on in every country. Everybody's doing something. Man, that makes me kind of scared. What do you think about that?
Well, I grew up in the internet era. I had AOL.
Oh yeah, see y'all look, this that age gap. We finna tell it all.
AOL, and I had Black Planet. So
I forgot. Did you have MySpace?
I had MySpace.
Oh my goodness.
I was kind of young for Black Planet, but I had it. Everybody was on social media. It was new. But I remember, so I don't know what it was like to come up without it.
Okay.
I've always had a computer since I can remember.
Okay.
And I used to get in trouble for being online. So, because I lived.
Was it the dial up?
Yep.
You had to put the little CD in and do the dial up thing.
The dial up.
Y'all remember the dial up internet? Man, was it? We didn't complain about it being slowed in, but we sure complain about it now, right?
The chain letters. I got in so much trouble for sharing those chain letters.
Oh my goodness.
It was something about the seaman and the captain and the all type of stuff.
Oh my goodness. Hey, look, that's something I never knew about all of that. Like, I used to trip when I saw the Black Planet page. Like, I thought it was something sneaky my kids was doing when I saw it. When I saw MySpace was the one that really, that's when I got really intrigued. But then when Facebook came out, then I started like asking my daughter, she was, Mama, that's for college students. Why you want to be on Facebook? I was like, I just want to know what's going on. So I've been on Facebook ever since then. So that was a while ago.
See, wow. Black Planet, I don't know how old, but it was cool because I was connecting with people in different states and stuff. It was adults scared, like, somebody would try and get me or something, but
do you find it crazy that happens more now than it did then, and we had less information that we can see and know about?
I do.
Or maybe it did happen, we just didn't know because of the information.
You're right. You could be very much right. It's a lot of stuff we feel like didn't happen then that happens now, but it was happening then. It just wasn't in our face perpetually.
Yeah, it was very inaccessible. we couldn't have the access to pick up your phone and just Google and ask it a question or ask Siri. So that's a lot. So I remember, of course, the dial-up phone, the push button phone with the long extension cord walking through the house with, trying to hide in the closet or the room so nobody can hear your conversation. But if it's more than one phone in the house, somebody already eavesdropping.
Oh, man. Yes. I remember catching my mama eavesdropping on my phone calls in like the 7th grade.
What?
She would be on the other line holding it so you can't hear. Like, girl, what is you doing?
How about, do you remember pagers, beepers? Everybody had them boys. You couldn't go nowhere without a pager or a beeper. And they had these little codes that you put in that say hi or 304. Everybody know what 304 meant. Somebody beeped you 304.
So what was it, the code to be on the way?
Isn't it OMW? Oh no. On the beeper, I think it was O something L. I don't know. I don't remember. It was something weird, but I know all them beepers had. If y'all remember what them beeper codes was, I'm interested to find out.
Make me remember the sidekick and the Nextel chirp.
Man, my kids wanted the chirp. They wanted the sidekick. They wanted the what's that one? You slide it. Yeah, that's the sidekick, right?
Yeah, please kick it up.
Man, those were good times. Phone technologies. The phones were huge. They're getting back big again, y'all. They just getting wider and like thinner and wider, but they're getting big again. They were little.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Everything makes a comeback.
Bigger and better. Bigger and better. That's why if you ever feel like you're down and out, I'm telling you, your best backup plan is to get back up. Do you make it happen? What about kids playing outside till the streetlights come on?
Ooh, my kids don't play. My son don't play outside till the street lights come on. But it seemed like the kids be outside before they go off. Like what?
When we were kids, we could stay out to the street lights, but it always seemed like daylight savings didn't matter. The hour of the day didn't matter. It seemed like it stayed daylight even in the winter for so long. I mean, it's like those are the times of my era. Your era's a little different. So what about kids catching bumpers?
Catching bumpers?
That? Kids don't do that no more. They might, you're going to go to jail if you try to catch a bumper.
What's catching the bumper?
What? Somebody school this young lady. 248-820-5053. We down here out of the mud talking about catching bumpers in the wintertime. Somebody got to know. If y'all out there listening, chime in, let us know. Giving a shout out to Out of the Mud Inc. for letting us do this today. James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, George F. Grundy II, and Larry Lott. Man, coming to you today from Red Alert, RBT Snaps and Chat, co-host Charlisa King Kyles. Hey, somebody get on that line, tell her. I'm on and tell her why y'all taking too long. I'm going to tell her. Catching bumpers when the kids used to run outside and catch a car driving down the street mediocre, and they run up and grab the bumper and let it drag them. They skating. When they let it go, when the car turn and let them go, you still gliding like Michael Jackson across the road. That was dangerous as all outdoors, but
yeah, very. I thought that's kind of what you meant, but I wouldn't have been the kid going to run up on the car.
Right, I never did, but I'd be laughing at the kids that did. Oh, some kids got hurt.
Was it a lot of the boys?
Yes, but it was some of them tomboy girls out there. The pre-studs. Sorry to say that, but that was them out there getting ready for action.
I always had to protect this brain.
Right. What about riding on the back of a pickup truck? Do y'all remember that? Y'all remember riding on the back of a pickup truck? Hey, I got somebody that checked in. Let me put my glasses on. I got to put my teacher glasses on to see what they say. I used to catch a bumper. Nigel Bannister. Hey, Nigel, how you doing? All the way to school. That's what's up. I'm telling you, people don't remember that stuff. That's what's up. That's what's up. People used to do that. Or to the store. Man, my brothers used to do that, boy. They were like, we finna go to the store. It's cold outside. Shoot, that's a long way to walk. We gonna catch some bumpers. And they really did. There and back. Oh, shoot. What they say?
Tommy boy.
Hey, Tommy boy.
That was how you say hello. And yes, we definitely got that ride off holding on to the bumper. Hello, Queens.
Hello. And
my cousin hit a ditch and broke his leg like that.
Woo! I said people might have got hurt, but I don't know nobody really got hurt. Sorry about your cousin's leg. How about riding on the back of a pickup truck? Nowadays, you getting girl. The law is after you if they see a smidgen of the wrong thing on the back. We used to love that. Get on the back of my cousin a pickup truck. Be deep.
You know, I rode on the back of military vehicles, so you had to have the helmet on, and it was a nice
girl.
Jump
we ain't had no
there.
helmets on. we was dangerous. You know what? Danger to us then as kids in my era is totally different than the dangerous stuff that kids do now. You know, because if you ride on the back of a truck, people driving fast and weaving, they doing all this, what they call that, playing chicken and stuff. We didn't do all that. They did donuts, burning, figure eights and stuff like that, but not with people in the back of the pickup truck. No, they daredevils and hanging out the roof of the cars or the limos and their cars hanging out. Unfortunately, a young lady lost her life like that a couple years ago on Clio Road. Everybody was out partying and stuff, and boom, somebody else was out wilding and hit the car or whatever happened. But God rest her soul for that. But just remembering today, just taking us back a little bit, because with the way our government society is right now, I liked it better when I didn't know nothing about the presidents. I liked it better when I didn't know too much about the government and the politics, because to me, I'm nervous now about a lot of stuff. And so I got to remember the good days. I need to bring back mental prosperity so I can start thinking in a better way. How about families sitting down to have dinner together, and not just on Sundays? Every day, put them phones away, put them tablets away. Sit down at the table and have dinner with your family.
Yeah.
Discuss. Ask your kids about their day.
My toddler, I can't get him to sit down for 2 seconds. He want to walk around and eat, throw food everywhere. And I'm like, dude, would it be a difference if I had him in the high chair?
Maybe.
But definitely we don't have those intimate settings anymore. Everyone is in the rush to get back to doing nothing.
Oh, hurry up to do nothing. Man, in the room eating, downstairs eating, in the basement, not sitting at the table eating with your family together. Let's bring that back. That's a challenge for all y'all out there.
Watching TV. Where's the TV dinner stands?
Yeah. I got some of those, believe it or not, but they old and rickety. I need to get rid of them, get some new ones.
Like off Matilda.
Oh my goodness, that crazy movie. Oh my goodness. But they all sat down, didn't they?
They all sat down and watched those old shows.
Mm-hmm. She didn't like it though, but the family, they did it, man. So how about parents asking their children, how was your day today? I can remember my dad used to ask me and my brother's dad when we came home from school, how was your day today? And we had that was our opportunity to talk to him and let him know whether we had a good day, bad day. Maybe that was his way of saying, I need to know how they were at school today, so I know how they're going to be at home tonight. Mm-hmm. We need to open that avenue back up with kids, asking them questions. I always tell my grandbabies in the morning, have a good day at school today. And I would say, be the best kid in class, be the smartest kid in class. Whatever you do, pay attention to the teacher. I have to get away from, I yelled at them enough in the morning. So my pastor said that's not a good thing to do. So I'm trying to change my ways.
I know you say, they say you yell at them. Now they go to school with an attitude. But my son was moving like molasses this morning. I woke you up a whole hour before we were supposed to be going. You spent 30 minutes in the bathroom.
He was asleep.
And that didn't even include brushing your teeth. Like, what's going on? Like, I remember being that kid sitting on the toilet doing absolutely nothing. Mm-hmm. You were not using the bathroom.
Do you think the military lifestyle made you be like, okay, get in there and get out?
Yeah, because I didn't want to be in a porta potty for a long time.
True.
Them things stink. And then when you go to the field on the weekend, they don't clean it over the weekend. Like where during the week they'll come clean it every day, but over the weekend they don't.
Okay, I can see you. They probably went home or something.
Yeah, imagine hundreds of soldiers using the porta potty. It's stuff piled up. It's horrible.
Because there's a lot of people that use that porta potty.
I remember I told a sergeant major, they was talking about, what could we do to make you re-enroll in the Army? I was like, y'all need to put handles in the porta potty.
To flush.
No, to hold on to.
Oh, so you don't have to sit
out. I was tired of hovering without nothing to help me. But you know, some people just sit on that boy with no problem. I had a problem
like that anywhere outside of the house.
Like, give me something to hold on.
I know.
Like, oh, that'll make you re-enlist.
That is so crazy. Hey, but that's okay. It's funny though.
It was funny.
Okay, quick question on this one too. Do you remember sitting in the last row of a station wagon? The row that turn around backwards and face the street and the window come down, the door opens, like how them Lambo doors or whatever open up the backwards way. Do you remember those days?
I did a lot of traveling that way as a kid. Most of my traveling happened that way. It was with one of my dad's girlfriends, and she'd pack up all the kids. I remember I rode in the back all the way to Mississippi.
In the far back?
Yes. Now, how
you just scary back there to me.
How you just was saying it's dangerous to ride in the back. Imagine how many kids used to be in the back of the station wagon.
Man. And I'm telling you, the station wagon, I don't know what year they stopped making them. But could you let us know that, producer? I need to know. I want to know that when they stopped making station wagons. So now the closest thing to me that I see that's a station wagon is a Dodge Magnum.
A Dodge Magnum. Oh yeah.
Yes, a Dodge Magnum is the closest thing to a station wagon. I thought it would be like a Wagoneer when I thought in my mind. I was like, no, let me look this up. It's a Dodge Magnum, and I was like, they are built like station wagons.
But it doesn't have this. We don't have any vehicles with the back seat turned around anymore.
The El Caminos, the little truck car, they don't even make them no more.
Oh, now, with the long back truck.
People used to ride the back of them, and it really wasn't frowned upon as much as it was like a pickup truck.
So based on the information I just looked up, the last traditional station wagons, the Chevrolet Caprice Estate and Buick Roadmaster Estate, ended production in 1996, marking the end of the classic full-size rear-wheel drive wagon era in the U.S., while other brands like Toyota Camry wagon and 97 and Volkswagen Jetta wagon offered wagons later. The 1996 GM models were the final big domestic wagons.
Oh, wow. They let us go in 96.
30 years ago.
Wow.
Ooh.
You were just talking about 10 years. Do any of y'all remember what y'all was doing 10 years ago? Charlisa thought of that a little bit ago. 10 years ago. You remember?
2016. I was 26. I don't remember what I was just like working. I was out of school. No, I was in college. So I was kind of locked in.
Okay.
No distractions really. But man, it was so long ago. I'm going to have to look up a picture and see what I was doing in 2016.
Girl, all I know is I was working and probably acting a fool. And I probably didn't have my life together because I probably still don't got it together in some aspects, but I'm working on it. I ain't giving up on myself. I'm still under construction, but I don't really remember. I couldn't pinpoint it exactly. Having a good time.
Definitely having a good time.
Having a good time. Do you remember getting allowance when you were coming up?
I do. I remember my granddad working in GM, and they gambled. So he would come home with the socks full of change.
Okay.
And make me count it. That's how I got into accounting. Because I'm like, I've been counting and saving other people money since I was a kid.
Oh, okay. Saving them cha-chings. Well, I don't know. I never really got an allowance. It was if I did my chores, I had leniency, or I would get something I really wanted. because they didn't never. Well, my mom never like, here's some change, here goes some money. It was like if I did something good, and I always kept good grades, so it wasn't that they were rewarding me for my grades, and I'm kind of glad they didn't, because I don't want to feel like I was only learning and doing good because they were paying me to do it.
Right.
Well,
I did. My granddad did pay me for getting good grades, but I've always gotten good grades. Like, I tested high on the MEP, I tested high on the ASVAB. I've always been a high tester.
Okay. Do you have to study a lot?
Nope.
Me either.
I like taking the test and kind of failing it to see like what I'm testing.
Every time I have a test, I want to read through it first and then take the test.
Yeah,
that's how I like to do. If I can read through it, then I take the test. I'm good to go. I'm good to go.
Like to kind of know what to expect, how they're wording the question,
because they will reword a question 5 times differently to see what your answer is going to be, and the answer is always right in the text. Always.
Is.
If y'all young people out there listen, I'm telling you, the answer is always in the text. You have to comprehend what you're reading. The answer is always there. And they do trick questions on you. But you got to be smart enough to find that out. What about spending the night at your cousin's house? Do any of y'all remember spending the night at your cousin's house? Like, I can't wait to go to my cousin's house this weekend. Da, 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 da.
Yes, I remember spending the night over my cousin's house. But do you remember spending the night over your people's house and there was a requirement to go to church? What happened to that?
Oh, yeah, what happened in that? They say everybody in the house going to church.
Or even if the parents don't go, you get on the church kids. Bus.
Look, I got it right here. Riding the joy bus for VBS, Vacation Bible School, baby.
See, look, parents might wasn't going, but them kids were sure going to get the word, baby.
Look, and then in the summer, when you out there for the Vacation Bible School in the summer, and you out there and they, doing all these crafts and everything, and then you get to eat your lunch. Every time lunch was done, I was ready to go. I didn't want to play with nobody else. I hung around the bus because I was ready to go. I was like, we leaving.
Oh yeah, Vacation Bible Study. I went to that a few times.
What about childhood games?
Childhood games. Red light, green light.
Red light, green light. Tag, you're it. Kickball, dodgeball. Simon Says.
Definitely. Y'all tune in. Tell us some of the stuff y'all did when y'all was younger. We going down memory lane.
Do you remember? Yes. And like, share, and subscribe, because I'm telling you, what's happening is all I'm doing is trying to tap into that inner youth of you and see if you can do this for your own kids or your grandkids. Give them some better hope. Find some hope for them to have hope, because the way we going now, everybody's angry, upset, depressed.
No patience. Everything has to happen fast, quick and fast, like YouTube shorts. Like, the kids don't even know they got patience. They don't have patience.
3 hours later.
Not quick and short. 15 seconds. Okay, on to something else. 15 seconds.
You know what? I didn't even realize that.
Attention. They can't pay attention.
Those shorts are messing with their attention. What is deprivation span or something?
Attention to detail.
Yeah, it's messing with them. I say that all the time about Roblox, TikTok. Don't get me wrong. I like some reels. I be cracking up laughing. I like TikTok. I like Instagram. I like Facebook. What's the other one? I think the only ones. Snapchat. Every blue moon, I'm on there. But I like those little shorts and reels and stuff. It's funny. It's entertaining. But guess what? Don't lie to me, y'all. Every time you get on it, how long it be before you get off of it? When you realize you've been on it for how long?
You waste so much time. You don't even realize it. Like, if you look at the statistics on your phone.
Oh, you can do that, can't you?
Yeah, you would be ashamed of yourself. Like, they got just your time spent doing nothing, your time spent on social media, your time spent actually working. Yeah. I'm like, you done been on social media 6 hours out of a 24-hour day, and you say you ain't got time to do nothing. You just wasted half your awake time. A quarter of your awake time. 1/3. Something. Come on now. We be so... You ever see your kids get so mad you ask them to do something and they ain't got nothing to do but get back to YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah. We don't think about that. So we overlooking all of those things. I didn't even think about any of that till just right now. I be calling my grandbaby's name and I know they hear me. And I can hear that TV and their tablet and they be on the little phone thing. And then when I step around or see them looking, did you hear me? Yeah. But they whole attention is somewhere else. Wow. What we got there? Hi, Celestine. I don't know if you just now chiming into the show, but what do you remember about like childhood games? We named a couple of them. You know, outside games. We talked about riding on the back of pickup trucks, catching bumpers, all these different things. I mean, one of the other things who I remember is playing with my holly oven, making little bitty cakes and cookies. I almost burnt my mama's house down because I thought I could cook by using this. I'm using this little bitty oven that cooked by a light bulb. You plug it in the wall, you mix up your stuff. I thought I was doing something.
So by the time it got to me, it was an easy bake oven.
Yep. Ours was a holly oven. Oh
It's
my
an
gosh.
easy bake oven. See, don't y'all realize the world is constantly just reinventing everything?
So why not reinvent yourself by tapping into your inner youth, touching back bases, and bringing it to your kids so they can do some fun stuff other than just sitting around being angry and like you said with this attention span on the internet.
Yes, I'm working on getting my office set up in the house, and when I get my basement set up, I don't plan on putting a TV down there. Hopefully, don't plan on putting a TV down there. So while I'm working, my kids do got laptops now, but I want them to be engaged in doing other stuff, finding something constructive to do with their time versus just watching TV all day.
Or playing a game, or
you know, some parents actually plan out their child whole day
with the TV or a tablet or
their whole day from the time they wake up till they go to bed. Every task they want them to do.
Oh, like some people do plan that for the yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know if I can do that.
Attention, that type of detail and organization, I'd be missing all type of appointments.
not just missing appointments, missing a part of your life because you're gonna be caught up in theirs.
Yes, that sometimes I understand, you know, putting that time into our kids and raising them up, but also every kid is not gonna be an athlete. So when you're taking that time and you're running them at ages 4 and 5, and like, are they really getting the fundamentals of the sport, or are you just trying to look busy?
Oh, ouch. Ew.
Busy.
That was a scratch.
Busy and productive is two different things.
Yes.
And yeah, we can keep our kids engaged and stuff, but come on, look at the statistics. It's rare you're going to be a professional in any sport. You need to develop your kids in other ways also.
Yes. Delayed don't mean denied. They may grow up older, get older and decide that, I want to go back to try to do that. Give them a chance to be themselves as a child first, growing up. I used to tell my ex-husband that a lot, like, stop forcing, basketball on him. If he want to play football, let him play football. If you want to play basketball, let him do it. If you want to run track, let him run track. But don't force it, because when you do, he's going to hate it.
And then don't you know you mess your kids up too when you make them feel like they have to do something all the time? Like, you don't even want to do something all the time. So why don't you just schedule in those moments of nothing?
It looks like someone has something to say.
Do you mind if I input?
Go right ahead.
I hear what y'all saying, but y'all remember the Jackson 5, right?
Do you remember? Yeah, we remember Jackson 5.
You wouldn't remember them if their father, Joe Jackson, wouldn't have pushed them to be consistent and not stop. Y'all know the Ball brothers, LeVar Ball, and the Balls.
Yeah, I know the Ball brothers.
So he pushed his sons that all of them pretty much made it successfully. Two of them in the NBA.
Was he a in the NBA, the father?
Was Joe Jackson ever a platinum selling artist?
No, but
No, but
I'm
he
just
played.
asking
He was doing
about
music.
the
He played
basketball.
ball. Yeah, he played ball.
Okay, but you sometimes when the parent has made it farther,
You remember Tiger
in the
Woods?
sport,
You remember the Serena and Venus Williams?
I seen their
You
story.
remember their daddy?
Mhm.
You remember Tiger Woods' daddy?
Mhm.
So I hear what y'all saying, but that daddy in the life making things consistent and saying what you want to do. What no, if you're gonna start, you can't quit.
That's
And if you
that's good.
you can transition, but you can't quit.
But that's if the child wants to start it, then I agree. But if the parent just says, "Wake up, get up out that bed, you finna go play baseball," and they're like, "I don't want to play." Yeah, you're going to play baseball.
Yes,
that's what we're talking.
Yes.
You can't force a kid.
It's
to
not
do
fair
that.
to the
because
child
fair.
a
to
father or a parent sees something the child doesn't see.
No,
So you have children that's out here ain't got no direction because they wasn't pushed to go nowhere. And
if they were into this already on their own, then I agree with help pushing them and making them or not making them, but telling them you can't just quit because you don't want to do it anymore. I get that.
And some parents try and fulfill their unfulfilled dreams through their children.
It's called the Jackson 5.
That's not fair.
The Jackson 5.
Sometimes
it's not fair to
Yes.
be worth $1 billion, but somebody got to do it.
Yeah,
Jackson
somebody.
5.
But I'm just saying, all the time, that's not fair to the child.
That is not.
You have to let the child kind of find things also
on their own.
Only when you can afford for the child to do what they want to do, and you can pay for their mistakes and them not having no direction. That's what I feel about that. If you had the money to say do what you want to do, then the child ain't gonna fall over because you gonna make sure that they economically sound. But when you come from nowhere trying to figure out somewhere and you telling the child do whatever you want, that child gonna do whatever they want, and they're gonna be out here selling dope. They're gonna be out here
I'm not
moving this and that. And that's
I would let
my
them
viewpoint
pick up
of it.
on the knack of what they wanted to do, and then I will help encourage.
So what mothers have a strong direction of doing is making sure, like when the children are doing sports and stuff, pushing that they ain't look. I'm driving this my gas money, and I'm taking you here to play this sport.
Mhm.
You ain't about to quit. You about to go all the way to the league. And what does that do? That causes many children to at least go to college,
Right?
Because of the consistency.
So
everybody ain't gonna make it to the league. So I digress, but I
you're
agree
right.
but disagree. I think two things can be true at the same time.
I agree. Sebastine did say hopscotch, tag. We said tag and jacks. I forgot about jacks. I used to love jacks. That was a good favorite pastime thing to do is jacks. I need to turn this thing off. Yes. So what about in school detention versus kicked out?
I had a couple. I wasn't really a bad kid, but like if you get into 2 fights now, they're kicking you out for like 90 days.
That's crazy.
Who remembers swats and paddles?
Or going to get
I got
own
paddles.
switch. Going to get your own switch.
A hickory is what my grandfather called it. He was like, go get that weeping willow hickory, and they tie them things up and tear that butt up, baby.
And you better not come back with a skinny.
With the smaller one. Because but those the ones that whistle. They make them whistle when they look.
Oh yeah, nobody wanted
to start popping and locking.
Oh man. And what about now? My aunt used to always have like this long, thick ruler. And it bent just the right amount of bend. It was wood.
Now, what school did you get swatted at or paddled at?
Whittier.
Okay, I didn't go to Whittier.
So, do y'all believe in spare the rod, spoil the child?
Yes.
Me too. So, y'all, I know you might not want to spank them or whoop them, but you need to figure out a way to discipline your kids because we don't want to have these rotten babies around here.
We sure do not.
Used to getting everything they want, and they don't know how to manage their emotions when they don't get what they do want.
I don't know if y'all have ever had an issue
on my nerve
with y'all children in they video games losing their mind because you tell them to stop or they need to go to sleep or do something different.
Oh my goodness. Do y'all know that when kids constantly look at them phones and them lights and them video games, that makes their brain keep going and it's hard to turn it off for them to go to sleep? I hope y'all know that.
Yeah,
It
that's
has
the
It's
blue
just a known
light.
fact.
It has the same dopamine reaction as being on cocaine or heroin.
Now that I didn't know that, George.
I didn't know that either. But when you make them turn it off, they be out like a light.
Don't they?
What's up, fellow Flintstones? I am Supreme.
Hello, I am
followed
Supreme.
you.
I follow him too.
And you ain't follow me back.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn that sound
Thank
off.
you for tuning in. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Like, share, and subscribe, everybody.
What's some stuff you remember?
Yeah,
Do you remember the time
Michael Jackson
when we fell in love? Do you remember the
you
time?
know about in school detention and kicked out?
Sing.
I'd rather have in school detention than be kicked out of school, because at least back then we didn't have much money. So I know if I was at school, I was gonna eat. I was gonna be able to eat. I was gonna be able to, be around people, be warm, have some water, be able to use the bathroom, because it was tight back then when I was a kid. Things wasn't like they are now, and I'd rather that than being kicked out and sent home to nothing.
What about the kids that had to walk miles to school?
I was one of them. I had to walk from the apartments out in Beecher, the Amy Jo Manor, the Villa, whatever they call them now.
Okay.
All the way to Beecher High School in the dead of winter. No matter how. Excuse me for that ringtone, y'all. I haven't figured out how to take it off my phone.
And kids cry to walk to the corner.
Girl, they cry to clean the house. If I say go sweep the bathroom or something, do I gotta do it? I remember I had my granddaughter helping me clean. I was like, okay, go get this rag and this towel. And every time you see a stain on the wall, go clean that. Why after like 3 or 4 times she bent it over? No, she said, Gigi. I said, what? She said, my back hurt. I said, what? Yeah, I'm doing too much. I said, well, try washing dishes, cooking, washing clothes, and cleaning up, and folding them clothes up, and putting them away. And then, not only that, making sure clean up after whatever y'all done. I said, girl, you don't know nothing about no backaches.
That's what people come. I ain't gonna go there. But yeah, people complain about chores and ain't doing nothing. Go do 8 hours worth of chores at your job.
Trust me. I went and volunteered at the Dordt Federal for MLK Day on Monday, and I stood on my feet for about 4 hours. Was it? So we were 3.5, 9 to 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tried to take a step to walk, it felt like my legs were spaghetti. And my shoulders was shaking from holding these things. I was like, ooh, I'm getting old. I gotta go work out.
We about to get started. We get in the basement together. We got the punch bag up. We got the elliptical stuff. We
getting ready, y'all.
We about to work on that jab. So that's the weekend. The strong hand first or the weekend first?
I think he said, from what he told us, I think he said
the weekend.
The strong hand is a jab, and I guess you got to switch it up. But your powerful hand is the one to knock it out, knock my way. What's up?
So going on a statement that I made about the comparisons between the games and the dopamine response, says it is weaker than hard drugs chemically, but strong enough for behavioral to compete with them. So like stimulus and dopamine increase, normal day activity is a 1.0. Eating good food is a 1.5 to a 2. Winning a game is a 2 to a 3. Video games and social validation is a 2 to a 4. Gambling is a 3 to 5. Nicotine is a 2 to a 5. Alcohol is a 2 to a 6. Cocaine is a 3 to a 10. And methamphetamines is a 10 to a 15.
What's weed?
I don't know. I don't think it puts this.
It didn't hit the Richter scale. It didn't matter.
Well, they didn't include it in there. So addiction potential comparisons, the factor, dopamine intensity, higher or lower. The frequency of hits is lower for drugs and much higher for games and social. Accessibility for drugs is restricted and games is consistent. Social acceptability is low for drugs and high for games and social media. Early exposure rare for drugs and very early for games and social media. Habit conditioning is high for drugs.
Habit conditioning
is high for drugs and extremely high for games and social media.
Wow.
Drugs hijack the brain, games and social media train it.
Oh, I like that. Let me write that down. You said drugs hijack the brain.
And games and social media train it.
Train it to do what?
For what it is that the dopamine response for being addictive and addicted.
Okay. I mean, I remember Sonic, but I don't know if it was as addictive as this Roblox.
Well, Roblox is one of the top petty games in the world.
Petting. Can you explain that?
Pedophiles.
Pedophiles.
Like people chasing after children. So if you're on Roblox, if your kid's on Roblox, it's a real, look it up. It's
I have looked it up.
It's very serious when it comes to messing around.
I've mentioned that, and most of the young parents that have children that be on Roblox say, "Is all the kids on it ain't that bad?" I'm like, okay,
watch your kids.
It is that bad.
I know, I believe it. I don't like it.
Isn't it a kid missing in Flint right now?
What?
It's a girl. It was a few. So I'm gonna digress until the conversation go back to the next happy.
One. Well, we were being happy. So, remembering things. Do you remember? I want to find out. Do anybody remember the neighborhood gardens?
Okay.
Yes. You know, it used to be neighborhoods around Flint, Chevrolet area, Civic Park area. They had some places still have small gardens right now. You know, like a public garden. You can walk up and, pick up whatever they grown. No, man, you don't remember that, George?
Not public gardens. I remember folks used to always have their own backyard garden.
Everybody,
like my
did.
Grandparents, the collard greens and snap peas and all that stuff.
Carrots.
Okra, yeah.
Tomatoes.
Potatoes,
yes. Watermelon.
I don't remember them growing.
My grandmother grew a watermelon. It didn't always get big. We had a little melon. But we had the mulberry trees, apple trees. We used to climb up and eat. Ooh, we used to love them bad boys. Have our clothes all stained on our shirt like this, filling them up in our shirt.
Yeah.
I stopped picking fruit off of trees when I got a hold of some unripe pears. I was sick forever.
Really? Girl,
I do remember we used to have a bunch of pear trees and walnut trees around here.
And apple trees. I think our grounds is so tainted and misused with people dumping and discarding stuff and dumping out their cigars on the road.
I mean, Flint is a very fertile ground. The Indians used to be here. What is it called? Why did they took over?
I don't know.
Yeah, the Indians used to be in Flint. That's something why it's Flintstone.
Wow. Well, I know that down Chevrolet Street, from as far as I can remember, all the way was all apple trees.
Didn't they say it was used to be like a burial ground?
Yeah, that too. A lot of these houses built on.
Was it 10 years ago? No.
Hey.
We talking about 2016, but they did uncover a burial ground in Flint downtown somewhere.
Oh, wow. Was it in the alley, one of these alleys or something? It was something like that. And man, I'm telling you, I wish people were more honest. I think people were more honest back then than they are now. At least that's what I think. I could have been young and naive, but it just seemed like so many people are just dog and want to be on top of everybody else and want to make sure everybody's beneath you and that you're so far up here that you can't even look back to see where you used to be. Man, that bothers me. I don't think I would ever do that. I don't care what my life brings me. I'm going to always make sure I reach back. Man, I didn't let you see the new poem I just wrote called Finding Hope, but man.
Speaking of your poems, what's those books again, Terralisa? Come on, go ahead and show them and let the people know.
I had a couple good sales off of online, so whoever those people were, if you're watching tonight, thank you very much. This book is what I read, Do You Remember, out of. This book was written back in 2015. It's called The Feelings of Life with All Its Ups and Downs. That was the very first book that I ever published. Not that I wrote, but published. This was the second book, Faith Through Poetry, God's Will. Man, I dedicated this to my church, St. Mark Baptist Church of Flint. This book is really what got me going eventually about my spiritual side of my life. Because when God found me, I was at my low, and I had to make a decision what I wanted to do. Dwell below with the devil or keep fighting and following Jesus. Okay. And this one here, oh, nope, that was the next one. This one was the next one. Letters to My Lord, Who Am I? I know, man, this picture always going to mean something to me because my son told me to keep it. I was about to throw it away. I had a lot on my mind that day. A lot of people say they can't tell, but every time I look at that, I remember the things I was going through, which was not, I was not of a good place. And then this book right here is called Recipes for Salvation, Satisfying Your Hunger for the Lord. Now, you see that Bible, you see a little bit of a dish and a coffee, but when you turn that bad boy over, you see the rest of that croissant, you see some fresh fruit, some jam. Man, I want to sit down and just talk to the Lord when I'm looking at this book. I'm gonna snatch that thing off my door. But I got another book getting ready to come out. It's called Tales of a Sinner. And then another one after that, Discovering Him, HYM. A lot of these books that I'm writing and the message that I'm trying to bring is just for hope and prosperity of the mind so that people can understand you're not out here by yourself, that it's other people that think this way, feel this way, and know how to move differently. But in light of all that, Charlisa is almost ready to get this book out As a Woman Thinketh. Oh my.
Said it's coming. Yes, I did just finish the second edits to the second manuscript, you know. Man. Like I always tell Terralisa, Erykah Badu said, I'm sensitive about my ish. So I want to make sure I give y'all really what y'all need. And it's gonna be an in-depth, no hold back feelings. It's gonna be that.
I done already got the scramblization of the eggs. She's already cracked it open and let me hear a little bit of it. I'm about to tell you. Man, I was like this, just stuck listening. And then when she finished, I can resonate a lot of those things of my life for myself. And our age gap is way different, but I'm here to tell you the feelings of life with all its ups and downs, she has it. I have it. You have it. We all have it. It's just how you put it on paper or how you express it out in the world to people without, over justifying it, overdoing it. You give people what they want to hear. And that book, As a Woman Thinketh, is going to blow a lot of y'all's mind. And I'm telling you, I'm very excited and proud of you. Because it's really good, y'all. I'm telling you, it's really good. I want to give a shout out right now to MUA Jock for all your beauty needs. Shop with her at www.shopmakeupismylife.com. And a few people have heard me on my other show, Sassy T Show with Stephanie Winfrey, how I used her product. And I love it. And if you want it, go online, check her out. I'm not sure if it's under MUA Jock. I don't want to shout out the name that I know her under, but if it's on there, I might get a website. Well, check that website. That's what you do. www.shopmakeupismylife.com, and you will see the product. It's really good. Also, I want to make sure we give a shout out to the producers, George F. Grundy II, James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, and Larry Lott, making it happen for us. Out in the Mud is doing things. And if y'all got a chance to catch Sassy T on the Move this past Saturday, we were doing a first, and I don't know, it might be one and only, but the first, maybe we'll do it again, On the Move podcast at the Roadhouse. I had a blast. And Gemini, the OG, man, you did your thing. Man, look.
Man, that song was
my
great.
Hats off to you, bro. Cousin. And Sean, you were beautiful in that coat and them boots, girl. You was killing it. I'm glad you enjoyed your birthday. I enjoyed your birthday. Shucks, I thought it was my birthday. And that song, It's Your Birthday. It's Your Birthday. Man, that's the hit.
You said that's your
hit. For my birthday, I want to play that, but cuz I got to have somebody else rap it to me, not you. I'm just saying, somebody else going to sing, not on the mic. Because I would never dare let nobody get on the mic at my birthday and sing your song. You would have to do it. But I'm just saying, because that song is something else. Hey, go on this page, check out the birthday song. I'm telling you, it's something else. But it's wonderful. I love it. And you will too. But while we're talking about Do You Remember, George, do you remember the first time I ever did a podcast here?
Do I remember the first time? I not specifically, but I know that you have one of the longest running shows on Out of the Mud, if not the longest running show.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Snap, 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 snap. That's right.
And that makes me feel good because I feel like I've grown with Out of the Mud. I know my very first podcast was with Miss, I want to say Bernadette.
You're talking about
I can't think of her name. She's dealing with blight in the city of Flint.
Sandra
Branch. Shout out to you, Sandra Branch. She gave me my first interview on Out of the Mud, and then the next one I did was with Terry
from
Asbury, and then I did one with Larry Lott, and I also think I did one with Omni Frog.
With Marcus
Brown. And then right after that, I've been doing Red Alert since then, and I've been happy about it. I've been thankful that they're letting me do this. So always, y'all, like, share, and subscribe. Chase your dreams. Don't let your dreams chase you, because who said that? I think my boy Dre Hood said. I think that's where I got that from. You know, you can't spell dream without Dre. That's
For
what he
real.
said. Shout out to you, Dre. I'm glad you okay. I'm glad you're safe and okay. Man, I just remember a lot of things. Charlisa, do you remember your first podcast here?
Do I remember it? Yeah, it was a little over a year ago. I came on the show with Terralisa. Yeah! And we've been rocking and rolling ever
since. Man, I'm telling you, especially since the hookup with George from the Veterans, VON, the Veterans of Now. I remember that first day. Like, I was at home chilling, and Dr. Trudell Kennedy, he told me, he said, I'm going to plug you into my boy Grundy, this, that, and I was like, Grundy? The heck is that? So next thing I know, I met him and met James and Marcus at Sweetwater. And after that, we kind of like passed on they told me a little bit about Out of the Mud. I said I was ready. And I really wasn't ready, but I was determined to do it because I love what I do. And if you all love what you do, again, follow your heart, just go with it. I've been loving words and writing forever. But I'm going to tell you, so George had the Veterans of Now gig going on at the Burston Field House, and I was just laying down in bed looking at it on Facebook Live. And I just remember Trudell said, you need to get down there. I'm speaking. I'm going to be down there, blah, blah, blah. And I said, all right. And he was like, I want to plug you into this girl I met named Charlisa. And I said, you talking about me? He said, no, Charlisa. He said, you a seer. I said, all right. Man, I get down to Burston, I get up out the bed. I said, I'm going to go. But what I thought what was funny for me is that as I'm driving, I had my phone on, watching it on live. And I watched it all the way till I walked into the building. And then I shut it off. And you was the first. When I walked in, Trudell was getting ready to speak. And then you got up after that. And I was like, wow. I was impressed. Her story, we haven't talked about it yet, but we got to get to that. She was telling a story, and the powerfulness of the story was about her babies. And I was in tears. I never met her. And then after we all met together, and then we drove like a son of a gun, like a bat out of hell, going to, where do we go, George?
Frankenmuth
in a police brigade. Oh my God. I was like, whoa, we was
running all the
lights, going fast, dust kicking up. It was fun. Then we got there, got out. George fed us good. We listened to them speak about veterans. I saw other veterans. I saw some guys there with their legs missing, and then we walked around, looked in the museum at all the artifacts about the people who served his country, and it was very interesting.
We drove out the Frankenmuth. Who knows? I might be trying to submit my stuff to get in the museum.
Why not? You still got your uniforms and stuff. Do you remember? Can you get in it?
Man, the military teach you how to take care of everything. Can you get in it?
I mean, pieces of them.
I know I can't get in mine.
You put it the jacket. I saw you put both jackets on.
Just
You
don't ask me
fastened
to
up one of them, but the other one
don't
no.
ask me to button nothing up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But you still put it on. It ain't like
But
you like
once we
fat
start
guy in a
that-
little coat.
That program, once we start that program, Terralisa, we gonna be slimming up.
Hey, y'all pay attention. Look at these cheeks right now. They ain't gonna be there in a minute. And I ain't
Mine
on
ain't
it.
going nowhere.
I'm just talking junk. Mine probably. I got a big head. It's them cheeks is always gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get rid of Barbara. If you know me, you know who Barbara is, and she got to go. She got to go.
Yes, baby.
Man, well, y'all, I had a good time laughing and joking with y'all, remembering the times. Hopefully, if you haven't got a chance to chime in, go back, re-listen to it. Still put on there. Tell us some of the things that you remember. I appreciate it. I'm going to get back online in an hour or two. Check it out. Respond to some of y'all's replies. But again, thank you very much for tuning in to the show. As always, I love it. And catch me on Sundays at 6 p.m. The Sassy T Show with Stephanie Winfrey. And feel free to jump right in on the line with us, y'all. Come on now. All right, y'all. Red alert. RBT snaps in chat. Well, before I get off, you got anything you want to say before we go?
Just make sure y'all tune in. We need all the views. We need all the like, share, and subscribe. So you can find us on YouTube, all over.
Instagram, TikTok, everything.
Look for us.
Just look for us. Look for us. And still let us know what you think about today's show.
And we always love to connect. So if you feel like you got a great story, reach out to one of us on social media. Ooh. Mine is Charlisa King Kyles.
And I'm Terralisa McBride. Just come on. And you can even come down to the studio and sit right here. No, right here.
Yeah, because this is my seat. And
that's right. This
is
my seat. This your seat over here.
So
when you come, this your seat right here, whoever you are. We can talk about whatever you want to. As long as it's a good, positive message. All right? All right, y'all.
Did y'all just catch the dial-up sound?
Yeah, we heard the dial-up. What that was all about.
Because y'all was talking about the dial-up.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember that? I remember the dial-up from the internet. Oh, you just took us way back with that. This ain't Blue Light, the Kmart Blue Light special.
This ain't AOL.
AOL.com.
You've got mail.
Oh, my God. I do remember. Okay, one thing before I go, I remember my granddaughter always said to me, she was like, Gigi, so me and my friends at school was playing, and then the teacher told us to sit down. .com. So everything she said to us, it was .com when she was done. She didn't know anything about the internet. She was only like 9 years old. It was funny as ever.
Yeah.
Wow. But anyway, I had to share that. That was just too cute with the dial-up noise and everything from George. But all right, y'all. It's been real.
We dialing out.
Over and out.
All right. Beautiful guys.